Hey, Shalom. I'm going to start off by giving all praises, infinite honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Giving double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone. That's what taught me this truth and continue to teach this 144% truth. Starting with the elders, bishops of great millstone, as well as peace and blessings to you Akim that are seeking Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai before this great and evil day approaches us. And start off in the book of 2 Samuel chapter 7 and verse 23. It says, "And what nation in the earth is like thy people, even like Israel, whom the Most High Yahweh went to redeem for a people to himself, and to make a name, and to do for you great things and terrible for thy land before thy people, which thou redeemest to thee from Egypt, from the nations and their gods." All right. There's nothing, all right, on the earth like you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And this is, speaking of our seed line, our culture. All right, we are the salt of the earth. And you see, this is at a popular swap meet over in Santa Fe Springs, which I went to the high school prom with a Northern tribe, woman, Latina, when I was younger. See, Jake, got the sauce. Okay, but I say that to just bring up how, the party is over for the most part for you Northern Kingdom tribes, man. The Lord is, causing, your frequent zones of partying and hanging out to be, under the target of ICE, of FBI agents, and we're going to see more of this take place.
Their ICE raid took place this weekend at a swap meet in Santa Fe Springs.
Yeah, Carlos Aceto is live there in Santa Fe Springs, where he spoke to some of the witnesses of that. Carlos?
Very Corinne, good evening. Operations here at the swap meet in Santa Fe Springs are back to normal a day following an ICE raid that sent vendors, that sent customers running in panic. Several customers telling me that the operations are back to normal, but foot traffic is down as a result. And that's because of what unfolded here yesterday. Take a look here. Witnesses say roughly 60 federal agents, along with armed Marines, came not to shop, but to conduct an immigration enforcement raid Saturday afternoon along Alondra Boulevard, just a few hours.
All right, so they're targeting the tribes, man. And this is really judgment, because the Lord, is really not pleased, or nor does he care about, your partying, your mirth. And this is why the Lord is removing the spirit of mirth little by little here in America. He's canceling the party out. The elder from out of Great Millstone Inland Empire was just going into a video, which is a beautiful video about how, the Northern Kingdom, their issues stem. And, me being of the Southern Kingdom, I was about 17 or 18 when I went to the prom, and I was the only Judite at the prom, man. And, there was whispers of, the Northern Kingdom, just really, full of hate, just, hey, the Northern Kingdom is stuck in their ways, and they're stubborn. That's why a lot of them are going to be destroyed. Although we know a lot of Northern Kingdom brothers are out here in LA and throughout the four corners of the earth preaching. The mass majority of you Northern Kingdom tribes are stubborn. You know, you read the book of Ephraim, all right, you really see how far their stubbornness stems from. Okay, and so the Lord is causing your high spots to be as a target, and He's going to continue to bring in this high intensity, all right, into the great and evil day approaches. Because a lot of you ain't trying to get right, man. You gonna keep eating your El Pastor. You're gonna keep eating your chorizo. And a lot of the times at these damn swap meets, man, it's full of adultery, and all manners of wickedness anyway. Jake ain't right in the spirit, so hey, the Lord is not protecting, He's not protecting your festivities, and your mirth is being removed. The Lord is dealing with the elect of the nation of Israel, and that's it. The rest of you, hey, to hell with you. All right. And we consistently sing the song, that the Lord requires us to sing, and y'all ignore it. All right. And this is going to be the latter judgment. All right. This is the book of Amos, chapter 9 and verse 8. It says, behold, the eyes of the Lord. All right. So this is speaking about the chariots, speaking about the Lord, which He sees all things. All right. His eyes are 10 times brighter than the sun. All right. It says, the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, said the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Now, this does not mean that the Lord is going to blow up the earth or get rid of the whole earth. It just shows the Lord's anger is going to be kindled against all of the wicked of the tribes and you heathen. All right, this is why the Lord is gathering the heathen in the valley of Yahweh Shaphat. All right, this is why the North Korean leader is actually meeting up, which is interesting that he's meeting up with Putin, because they're waiting, all right, on America to make a move and put their hands in the midst of Iran. All right, so in the midst of these wars, all right, there's going to be calamities. There's going to be the MOTB, all right, and then the end all be all is going to be fire and brimstone. All right, it says, for lo, I will command and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like corn is sifted in a sieve, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. And this is the point. It says, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say that evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. And that's how, the spirit of Jake. Jake is having a good old time, which nothing wrong with having a good time. But that's the spirit of 2/3 of the nation of Israel. Okay. All right. The evil will never, prevent us, party nonstop, get into it, but hey, meanwhile, we're in the midst of World War III. All right. Meanwhile, we're in the midst of mass deportations. We're in the midst of Jacob's trouble approaching us, and you see, all right, this peculiar treasure unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, all right, is really bugged out, not taking heed to this gospel. Okay. And this is why you're going to see more casualties. All right. There's going to be more of you vain Israelites getting put to death, and it's going to be our cousins, our family members. All right, because they know about this truth. Jake know exactly what's going on, man. Jake just playing games, and they're really not called from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right, it's the book of Proverbs, chapter 13 and verse 1. It says, a wise son will heareth his father instruction, but a scorner heareth not rebuke. All right. So wise men are supposed to teach this word, and put their best foot forward, to not be destroyed. All right. And I wanted to get the point. All right. It says, verse 16, it says, every prudent man dealeth with knowledge, but a fool layeth open his folly. All right. And hey, we supposed to be circumspect, alive, and paying attention, man. But again, our people, all right, are in that heathen mind state, man. Really under the vibration of Esau, Edom. Okay. So I just want to speak on some things. We expect to see more of Esau, Edom, laying down that great wrath upon the nation of Israel, but it's ultimately through the judgments of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right, so with that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash.